Take a look under your kitchen sink right now. Odds are you've got a small fortune in cleaning sprays, scrubbing powders, and air fresheners crammed under there. But here's the wild part. A $1 box of baking soda can replace almost all of it. This humble little powder is a gentle abrasive, an odor destroyer, and a grease cutter all at once. So grab a box and let's put it to work. Number 1. Scrub burnt pots and pans without scratching them. We've all done it. You get distracted, and suddenly the bottom of your favorite pan is coated in a black, crusty, burnt-on mess. Your first instinct is to grab a scouring powder or something abrasive that will leave scratches all over your cookware. Put it back on the shelf. Baking soda is the perfect solution here, and there is real science behind why. On the mineral hardness scale, sodium bicarbonate rates around 2.5, which means it is soft enough that it will not scratch stainless steel, ceramic, or glass, but it is still gritty enough to grind away stuck on food. It is abrasive where it counts and gentle where it matters. To tackle a scorched pan, sprinkle a generous layer of baking soda across the bottom, add just enough hot water to make a paste, and let it sit for about 15 minutes. For a really stubborn burn, bring the water and baking soda to a gentle simmer right in the pan. The alkaline powder loosens the charred bits, and they will lift away with a sponge instead of a full-arm workout. You just saved yourself the cost of a pricey scrubbing cleanser and possibly a whole new pan. Number 2, make a paste that erases baked-on oven gunk. Commercial oven cleaners are some of the harshest products in your entire home. Many of them contain lye and release fumes so strong you are told to open every window and wear gloves just to use them, and they can run you $8 to $12 a can. There is a much cheaper, much safer way. Baking soda is a mild alkali, which means it reacts with grease and baked-on food and helps break it down into something you can simply wipe away. Best of all, it does this without toxic fumes. Here is how to do it. Mix about half a cup of baking soda with a few tablespoons of water until you have got a spreadable paste. Coat the inside of your oven with it, avoiding the heating elements, and let it sit overnight. While you sleep, that paste is quietly working on all the grime. In the morning, wipe it out with a damp cloth. For any spots that stubbornly cling on, spritz a little vinegar over them and watch it fizz the last of the residue loose. Your oven ends up sparkling, and you never had to breathe in a single harsh chemical. Number 3, deodorize and freshen a slow, smelly drain. That funky smell drifting up from your kitchen sink usually means food particles and grease are building up somewhere in the drain. Most people reach for a bottle of chemical drain cleaner, which is expensive, dangerous to handle, and rough on your pipes. Your baking soda box handles the job for pennies. Start by pouring about half a cup of baking soda directly down the drain. Follow it with half a cup of white vinegar, and you'll immediately hear that satisfying fizz. That bubbling reaction helps agitate and dislodge the gunk clinging to the sides of your pipes. Let it sit and work for around 10 minutes. Then comes the important part. Flush it all down with a kettle of very hot water. The hot water melts away loosened grease and carries everything down and out. The baking soda also does something the chemical cleaners can't do better. It neutralizes the odor-causing compounds instead of just masking them. For minor clogs and everyday stink, this cheap 1-2 punch is all you need. Do it once a week, and that unpleasant sink smell simply won't come back. Number 4, polish tarnished silver in seconds with aluminum foil. This is the one that looks like a magic trick, and it's pure chemistry. Silver polish is expensive, messy, and involves rubbing every single fork and spoon by hand. Baking soda lets you skip all of that with a genuinely stunning shortcut. Tarnish on silver is actually silver sulfide, a dark film that forms when silver reacts with sulfur in the air. Here's the clever bit. Line a bowl or pan with aluminum foil, shiny side up, and lay your tarnished silver on top so it's touching the foil. Sprinkle in a few tablespoons of baking soda and a pinch of salt, then pour in boiling water until everything's submerged. What happens next is an electrochemical reaction. The aluminum is more reactive than silver, so the sulfur atoms causing the tarnish are pulled away from your silverware and grab onto the foil instead. The dissolved baking soda acts as the conductor that lets this exchange happen. Within a minute or two, the tarnish literally transfers off your silver and onto the foil, leaving your pieces gleaming without a single scrub. Just rinse and dry them. Word of caution, this works beautifully on solid tarnished flatware, but skip it on delicate antique pieces where you want to keep the darkened, aged look in the details. Number 5. Steam clean your microwave with zero scrubbing. Open your microwave and you'll probably find a science experiment of dried-on splatters and crusty food explosions. Those specialty microwave wipes and sprays add up over time, and honestly, they still leave you scrubbing. Baking soda does the hard part for you, using nothing but steam. Fill a microwave-safe bowl with about a cup of water, then stir in a couple of tablespoons of baking soda until it dissolves. Pop the bowl in the microwave and run it on high for around 3 to 5 minutes until it's steaming hard. Now here's the key. Leave the door closed for another few minutes and let that steam sit. The hot vapor condenses all over the inside walls, and because it's carrying baking soda, it softens every bit of dried-on grime and neutralizes those lingering food odors at the same time. When you open the door, all those stubborn splatters have gone soft and wipe away with a single pass of a cloth. No scrubbing, no chemical smell, and your microwave smells fresh instead of like last week's leftovers. Number 6. Lift stubborn stains from mugs and storage containers. If you're a coffee or tea drinker, you know the frustration of those brown stains that build up inside your favorite mug and refuse to wash out. And if you store tomato sauce in plastic containers, you know they come out stained bright orange and greasy. People throw out perfectly good containers over this. Don't. Baking soda's gentle, abrasive quality is exactly what breaks the bond between those stains and the surface. For a stained mug, sprinkle baking soda into it, add a splash of water to make a paste, and rub it around with a cloth or sponge. The tea and coffee tannins that plain dish soap can't budge come right off. For those greasy, orange-tinted plastic containers, make a slightly runnier paste and let it sit in the container for 15 to 20 minutes before scrubbing. The baking soda cuts the grease and lifts the staining pigment at the same time. You'll be amazed watching a mug you'd basically given up on look brand new again, all without a drop of bleach or a single pricey stain-removing product. Number 7. Scrub grimy grout and revive dingy tile. The grout lines around your kitchen tile and backsplash are magnets for grease splatter, food, and general grime. Over time, they go from bright white to a grungy gray. The specialty grout pens and sprays marketed to fix this are surprisingly expensive for what they are. Your baking soda box does it better and cheaper. Mix baking soda with a little water to form a thick paste, and use an old toothbrush to work it right into the grout lines. The mild abrasiveness scrubs the trapped grime out of those tiny grooves without eating away at the grout itself the way harsh acidic cleaners can. For extra grip on really neglected grout, spray a little vinegar over the paste and let that fizzing action loosen the buildup even more, then scrub and rinse. The transformation from dingy gray back to clean, bright grout is honestly one of the most satisfying cleaning jobs there is, and it makes your whole kitchen look freshly renovated for the cost of a scoop of powder. Number 8. Kill fridge odors at the source. Almost everybody's heard you can put a box of baking soda in the fridge, but almost nobody knows why it actually works, which means most people don't use it correctly. Those fancy charcoal fridge deodorizers cost far more and do the exact same job. Here's the science. Most bad smells come from molecules that are either acidic, like sour milk and spoiling food, or basic. Baking soda is unique because it can react with and neutralize both acidic and alkaline odor compounds, turning them into more neutral, odorless substances. It's not masking the smell with a perfume, it's chemically canceling it out. To get the most out of it, don't just set a closed box in there. Open the box up, or better yet, pour some into a shallow open dish so more of the powder is exposed to the air. Tuck it toward the back of the fridge. Replace it every 30 days or so, because once the surface has absorbed all it can, it stops working. And when you swap it out, that old baking soda is perfect for pouring down your drain from trick number 3. Number 9. Refresh a smelly sponge instead of tossing it. Kitchen sponges get funky fast. They soak up food particles and stay damp, which is a recipe for bacteria and that unmistakable sour smell. Most people just chuck them and buy more, and that cost quietly adds up over a year. Baking soda can bring a sponge back to life. Dissolve a few tablespoons of baking soda in warm water and let your sponge soak in it for a while. The baking soda works its way into the sponge, neutralizing the odor-causing compounds trapped inside rather than just covering them up. It also helps rinse away the greasy residue that feeds the smell in the first place. You can use the same trick on smelly dishcloths and even the rubber seals around your sink where grime collects. Give the sponge a good squeeze and rinse afterward. While no home method sterilizes a sponge completely, refreshing it this way stretches its life considerably and keeps your dishes from picking up that stale odor. That's more money staying in your pocket instead of the trash. Number 10. Wash pesticide residue off your produce. This one is backed by an actual peer-reviewed study, and it might change how you rinse your fruit forever. Those veggie wash sprays at the grocery store charge you a premium to clean your produce. It turns out plain baking soda beats them handily. Researchers at the University of Massachusetts published a study in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry in 2017. They found that soaking apples in a baking soda solution removed surface pesticide residues far more effectively than either plain tap water or a commercial bleach sanitizer. In their test, a 15-minute soak in a baking soda solution completely removed the 2 pesticides they'd applied to the surface of the fruit. The reason it works is that most pesticides aren't stable in an alkaline environment, so the baking soda helps break them down so they can be rinsed away. To try it at home, dissolve about a teaspoon of baking soda into 2 cups of water. Soak your produce for 12 to 15 minutes, then rinse it under clean water. One honest note from the study: this removes residue from the surface only. Pesticides that have soaked deeper into the peel can't be washed off. Still, for a surface clean, a scoop of baking soda outperforms products costing many times more. Number 11. Smother a small grease fire safely. This isn't a cleaning trick so much as a life-saving one, and every single person cooking in a kitchen should know it. A grease fire is terrifying, and the worst mistake you can make is throwing water on it, which causes the burning oil to explode outward and spread. Keep a box of baking soda within reach of your stove because it can put a small grease fire out. Here's why it works. When baking soda is heated, it decomposes and releases carbon dioxide gas. That carbon dioxide is heavier than air, so it blankets the flames and displaces the oxygen the fire needs to keep burning. This is actually the same principle behind many commercial dry, chemical fire extinguishers. If a small grease fire breaks out in a pan, first turn off the heat if you can safely reach it. Then pour a large amount of baking soda directly onto the base of the flames. You need a generous quantity, which is exactly why this only works for small contained fires. If possible, also slide a lid over the pan to cut off oxygen completely. For anything larger than a small pan fire, get out and call for help. But for those little flare-ups, a cheap box of baking soda is a genuine safety tool. Number 12. Deodorize cutting boards and de-stink your hands. Your wooden cutting board absorbs the smell of everything you chop on it, from garlic and onions to raw fish. And your hands hold on to those odors long after you've washed them with regular soap. There are specialty products sold to fix both problems, but you already own the answer. To freshen a cutting board, sprinkle baking soda across the surface, then scrub it in with a damp sponge or half a lemon. The baking soda neutralizes the smelly compounds soaked into the wood, while its gentle grit scours away food residue sitting on top. Rinse it clean and let it dry, and the lingering garlic and onion smell is gone. For your hands, this is a game changer after cooking with pungent ingredients. Rub a spoonful of baking soda with a little water between your palms and fingers like you would a hand scrub, then rinse. It lifts and neutralizes the odor molecules clinging to your skin that ordinary soap just smears around. You get clean, fresh-smelling hands and a fresh cutting board, all from the same little box. Number 13. Shine your stainless steel sink and clean the dishwasher. Stainless steel sinks and faucets show every water spot, smudge, and streak, and the specialty stainless steel polishes sold to fix that are pricey. Baking soda restores that clean shine for almost nothing. Sprinkle baking soda around your damp sink basin and over the faucet, then scrub with a soft cloth or sponge. Because it's a mild abrasive, it lifts grime, hard water film, and dull residue without scratching the finish. Follow up by rinsing and buffing dry with a clean towel, and your sink looks polished and streak-free. For an extra pop of shine on the faucet, a quick spritz of vinegar afterward helps dissolve any leftover mineral spots. You can bring this same power to your dishwasher, which builds up grease and odor over time. Sprinkle a cup of baking soda across the bottom and run a short hot cycle empty. It scrubs away grime and neutralizes that stale, musty dishwasher smell, so your dishes come out actually clean. One humble ingredient, and both your sink and the appliance right next to it are gleaming. Who knew a single box of baking soda could empty out your whole cleaning cabinet? The next time you're about to grab an expensive spray, reach for the sodium bicarbonate instead. Your wallet and your lungs will both thank you. Thanks for watching. If this saved you some cash, smash that like button and share it with a friend. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a video.